This is definitely an extraordinary moment. We have taken a first step in the important historical process of correcting the judicial system and restoring the powers taken from the government and the Knesset over many years.
כשאבי ניסנקורן, כשר משפטים, מינה 61 שופטים, באופן שערורייתי, בישיבה אחת, בלי דיון אמיתי באף אחד מהמינויים האלה, ועשה את זה כאשר אז הייתה עוד הממשלה המשותפת עם גנץ, ובדורסנות שאין כמוה. אגב, במהלך בגיבוי מוחלט של נשיאת בית המשפט העליון ושל השופטים שיושבים בוועדה, שאיש מהם לא בא ועצר רגע אמר, אולי מתוך ה-61 האלה נשאיר 2 מינויים, ונשאל אולי יש איזה 2 מועמדים שדווקא הנציגות של המיעוט הקטן הזה, של הציבור הימני במדינת ישראל, חושבות שצריכים להיות בה.
On Monday ratified the first bill of a judicial overhaul sought by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, after last gasp compromise efforts collapsed and failed to ease a constitutional crisis convulsing the country for months. The amendment limiting the Supreme Court's powers to void some government decisions if it deemed them unreasonable passed by a 64-0 vote after opposition lawmakers abandoned the session in protest.
Today we carried out a required democratic move. The move was aimed at restoring a degree of balance between the branches of government, which we had for 50 years.
This is a serious threat, has never happened before, and we are going into civil war now. A civil war between the people. Yeah, I mean, civil disobedience with all the possible ramifications to the stability of the state and to the ability of the government to perform and to the obedience of the large part of the Israeli population to a government which is perceived by a large part of the population to be illegitimate.
State with a history so drenched in blood. These protesters are convinced this is the most important fight of their lives. At stake, democracy itself.
So look at what's happened here. I'm shaking. All my body is shaking. My heart is broken.
Day and night, they resist water cannon, suffer injury and face arrest.
מה שקורה פה היום זה שכולם סגורים חוץ מהסניף בניצת הדובדבן בביג ביהוד, מכיוון שאנחנו צריכים לעבוד ולהביא פרנסה
Today is a sad day, a day of the destruction of the temple, a day of free hate. I look at the coalition celebrating and ask, why are you celebrating? That you are dismantling the Jewish state that we have? That people who have served together in the reserves for 30 years cancel the annual meeting because they know it will end badly? This extreme government is hugging and posing to celebrate the moment they made it so that we are no longer brotherly people.
Good evening. Protesters blocking that major road in Jerusalem and police using a lot of force to try and remove these demonstrators, using a lot of other riot dispersal mechanisms like water cannons and skunk water as well. Demonstrators have been telling us all day that the fight is just beginning, which is interesting because it echoes the sentiment that the coalition is saying, that they're only just beginning with their legislative overhaul.
The state of Israel has lost. The majority of the Knesset who wants agreement was defeated by radical members of Knesset who decided to change our identity card number, who want to lead us to abysses of hate and to create rifts among us. 2 days before the 9th of Av, it seems that the known phrase that those who do not learn from history will be doomed to live with it again is more relevant than ever.